Okay, good evening, everyone. So today I'm going to cover in 3 slides the sort of work I've done to actually show you what could possibly happen if everything was perfect in 3 months. But nothing is perfect, and obviously things happen to different degrees. But I'm going to cover it in the sense that I'm going to assume that each person that comes into this opportunity brings 3 people in. This is not a presentation, so if you haven't seen a presentation, then I recommend you go and see a presentation so that you can get the full story. So I'm not going to cover rankings and things like that, but I'm just going to cover the basic passive income in the business and how it's evolved. So what I want to say first is that these are the levels. And again, I've got clarification on this now. What I have also find out, and this is something also, Mary, for you and everyone else to bear in mind, that they will be changing the entry level on this. So they'll still have the 0 for 8%, but the minimum will move to 1,000. And the reason for this is they've now got the new program for buying a property robot or having shares in the property robot, and that's coming in at $100 minimum. So that's why. So based on this, I'm going to go on this. And again, I haven't looked into that, and I'll look into that, but I think this is still a good deal. So just to clarify, the direct commissions, they come in at 8% if you come in with no money. So when you come in with nothing, no investment at all, nothing down, it's 8% off your direct. So that means the people that you personally bring in, you'll get 8% of whatever they put in. And then once you reach, so between 0 and 1,000, it's 8%. And then it goes to 15%. Sorry, it's 100, because 100 is not here. 100 is 15%, and then it goes up. So the differential commission, again, I understand it better now, is actually the percentage of the downline. So for example, at level 2 you get 7%, level 3 3%, and so on. And the volume is actually your team volume. So that's not your personal sales, but your team volume. So when your sales in the team and your own sales obviously reach 1,000, then that's when you qualify for the different levels to get the different amounts. So that goes up, as we say. But we'll only be covering those first 3 today. We'll be covering the 8%, the 7%, 3%. So let's start with the first slide. Okay, so this is the first slide. Can everyone see that clearly? Just one person, let me know.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so actually it's not the first slide, it was one before it. There we are. I think it was running slow. Okay, so I've assumed, and again, the thing about this is important, I've assumed that you come in at 1,000. And the reason why I put 1,000 is because if we did it by the hundreds, it would actually work out 1/10 of that. So it's hard to actually show what's capable. So the reason why I put it at 1,000 is because it's easier to figure out. And if you just divide by 10, that'll give you the figures that you need to know. So you come in at 1,000, and in your first month, it could be your first 3 months, it could be your first 6 months, it could be your first year. You personally sponsor 3 people. Now, the way we're building, as I said, we're going to do a 3x3, which means when you come in, if, for example, your upline is a good sponsorer, they will endeavor to put people in, and what they will first do is put their first 3 in. So if you look at this here, we've got Adrian, Betty, and Carol. So let's say I'm a good sponsorer and Adrian isn't. So what I'll do anyway is I will put my 4th person under Adrian's first position. My 5th person will go under Betty. My 6th person will go under Carol. Now, when I come to getting the 7th person in, I'll be looking to see if Adrian's had anybody. If Adrian does sponsor somebody, then what I'll do is I'll put the next person under Betty. So equalizing all of them, 2, 2, 2, and then 3, 3, 3, and so on. So this is what we're going to try and do. So with the people that sponsor, we're going to try and run it so that everyone gets 3 by 3, and it doesn't matter where they fall. Now, the reason why this is a good, very, very efficient way of doing this, it concentrates the money and ensures that commissions are coming through on a regular basis. This is a key to this. So if you look at you at the top there, and you've got Adrian, Betty, and Carol have joined at 1,000, you now get 150 for each person, direct commissions, 15%. So that's a total of 450. Okay, and this could be your first month, your second month, your third month, it could be any period. But hopefully as we build this, the first 2 or 3 layers should be, if you're directly sponsored by somebody who's going to actually bring people in, then it goes faster. And there's no guarantees about any of these, by the way. What I expect people to do is at least, you know, within their first few months is bring 3 people in. Now, those 3 people could be, you know, a cousin, it could be an uncle, an aunt, it could be anyone. But if that's the very least, then at least everyone's playing their part. And if they do benefit from the system, fantastic. Okay, and as regards the amounts, well, at the moment, 100 is the minimum. It will go to 1,000 at some point, which will change these figures to a reality. So in fact, the fact that I'm doing it at 1,000 is a good thing. So the daily commission on just 1,000 is $3.97 a day. So it takes 25 days to get another 100. Now, the reason why I say that, if I'm bringing this up, is it takes another 100 to be able to compound that back in to make your 1,000, 1,100, which you're earning on the daily commissions. Okay, so is everyone clear with this part? Is there any bit of this bit that anybody doesn't understand? Or anybody want to ask any questions? Nope, all clear. Okay. So stage 2, this could be a second month. I've done them in months, so it's month after month. So stage 2 now, your friend Adrian has now got 3 people, Derek, Erin, and Fred at 1,000. So Adrian now makes 150 for each. That's the 15%, which is what you made anyway on each. So it's a total of 450. So 450 times 4 plus 450 is and another 450 there's added to your total. So the thing is, if Adrian is, let's say Adrian's made the 450, he's only able to put 400 back because it's in denominations of 100. So he's able to put 400 back to now earn a daily reward. So if he puts 400 back, month 2, Betty puts 400 back, and then Carol puts 400 back, and it's actually works out at 67.50, which is the 15% earned on that. Then you're earning 67.50 times A, B, and C. Okay, and then month 3, month 2 again. If these 3 people, you got them in their first month. This is month 2 now. Adrian now sponsors Derek, Erin, and Fred. He's made 450. So now what's happening is that you also earn on your second level. So on your second level, and I put their letters there, D, E, F, you're making 7%. So it's $70, sorry, on each person. You've got a total of 9 people there. So if you add all of that together, it's 810. 810 goes into your total, which is 1,810. You're now earning a daily amount of $7.18 per day. You divide it by 252, and that gives you 13 days only to make 100. So it's actually reduced by almost half. So every 13 days, you can actually increase your total. Okay. So now move to the final stage. And again, the reason why I don't want to go any further than that, the figures just get pretty astronomical, really. So this is obviously in a perfect world where 3 invite 3 invite 3. So Derek now has invited 3 people. They've generated 3,000. in volume there, Erin 3,000, Fred. So assuming they've got 3 each. So now Adrian is now earning what you earned the previous month. He's earning 810, and so is Betty, and so is Carol. So that 800 that they're earning, you now get 15% of that, which is 800, by the way. Again, just going back to that, they've added 800 to their total. They can't buy any more than 100 packages. So they've added 800 to their total. You're paid 120 on each of those. And then you've got the people on level 2, which are earning the what do you call it? The 7%. Okay. And then you've got the ones that are right down at the bottom on level 3, where you're earning 3%. The reason why you're earning 3% because your total volume now has gone over 5,000. Okay, so you only earn up to level 3, and then when it carries on going beyond that, then you earn more and more and more levels. So the levels start opening up. So the total you've actually earned, and by the way, I haven't actually included, and I thought this would just complicate things even more, I have not included the daily amount that's paid to you, and that's quite a sizable amount as well. That can go on top of that. So I've just included the commissions. So we got 1237.50 added to your previous total. Now you got 3,047 invested, and you only came in with 1,000, not a penny more. Okay, so commissions now are 12.09 per day. You've already doubled the amount, more than doubled the amount that you're earning, and it takes 8 days to make every 100. So you can imagine how this starts speeding up. Now, just to give you some background on this, in 1.5 years from starting from 0, I actually in the second year in a previous company was using exactly the same system, and they were paying us 2% a day, and I made just over 100,000 in 1 year because we used the 3x3 and put people downline, and each leader, Adrian, Betty, and Carol, were actually in charge of their teams, and we trained them to train the other people, and so on, and it worked really well. A few got out of hand, you know, as you went further down. It's not always easy to control, but because we did regular webinars, we were actually able to show that this works really well. Now, if you were to put yourself into one of those positions, please make sure that the money's paid upline and not concentrated on. So for example, if you put another position in, this is you and Adrian was your position. Adrian is where the money is being made, but Adrian's money for future reference and future earnings should be coming from Derek, Erin, and Fred, not from the money they make. The money they make, the 810, should be going into the 810, sorry, because you've got the 2 positions, should be going to you, and you should use the 1 position to actually grow the capital. And then obviously you can do the same for Adrian, but as long as it's from the ones below, because if you actually do it where you don't pass anything up, then what's going to happen is your line is going to stagnate completely, because nothing is going anywhere and nobody's helping anyone. This is based on building a community of helpers and people passing on to everyone within that community. So you can see that within a very short period, even based on the 3 levels, this can work very, very well and very fast. I mean, 1209 per day, that's what 12.09 times 7 is 84.63 per week. If we times that by 360, sorry, what was it going on? Times it by 30 to make it easy, just for a month. So that's 2,538 per month, which is quite a sizable amount that you can actually make, with that. Has that got that right? No. Oh, 12.09 times 7. No, it's times 4, not times 30. Sorry. Times 4. Yeah, it's 338 per month. And that increases. Now, one I recommend, and again, this is what we trained previously to our people, and I had several people reach over 60,000 per year especially the 3, but we had people downline even who'd actually managed to reach that, and they were earning considerable amounts a day. In fact, let me work it out. 60,000 divided by, well, they were making about 5,000 a month. So I had a team of about 20 or 30 people within this combination earning over 5,000 per month, quite easily. And that's quite a sizable amount. So what was good about that is it filtered down. The more people saw people in their team earning more money, the more other people's got involved. And there were people who actually came in with zero ability to actually bring people in, who then suddenly started bringing people in because they were earning good money and they could show people that they were earning good money. It just filters down. It's an amazing thing how it works, like a waterfall. And I think within 3 years we had over 6,000 people in that organization. So it was quite a good thing. And I was not responsible for bringing all those people in. I probably only brought about 20, maybe 30 people maximum in the whole time I was there for the 3 years. So it just shows how fast things can grow if you actually build it so that everyone shows that they're making something every month. The good thing about this is it's all your money, because at the end of the 9 months, you get your capital back. Now, what I suggest we do is when we start earning the amount we want to earn, let's say you want to earn 1,000 a month, for example, what you want to calculate in is how much you're going to have to put back. And I always go 2/3 take out, 1/3 put back. So if it's 1,000 a month, you want to be earning at least 1,500. So you can actually put 500 back and take out 2,000. 1,000, but yeah, so you can take out 1,000, put 500 back. So therefore, you're actually still building, as opposed to using your capital. Your capital carry on earning, and that side. Once you've got your capital out from the 2/3 that you're actually taking out, and I recommend it to most people, don't take anything out until you really need it. Obviously, if you're desperate and you actually need the cash flow, then it's a different matter. But to work it properly for yourself, I'd give it a good, 6 to 12 months to be earning a good sizable amount of money coming in on a regular basis. And it works really, really well, really well. Any questions on anything so far?
Yes, Derek. The only thing I didn't understand is by putting people under people, do we use the link of the person?
Yes, we have to. We can't place people in this organization, so we have to use the link. Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely. So there will be control to the extent that we will, like, let's say, for example, Adrian will give me his link because I know him, and I'll control what's happening under Adrian. I'll control what's happening under Betty and also Carol. But then it's down to Derek, Erin, and Fred to make sure that they've got control of their 3, and so on. And we just make sure that we teach that on a regular basis. And it does go out of sync sometimes, but not a lot, very, very little. And people soon realize that if they do it properly, they will actually benefit from everything that goes up. It's like a waterfall going in reverse. So the waterfall's going up instead of down. And it's amazing when it does work, because it gets faster and faster. The thing about compounding, it's an amazing thing, and I think it was Einstein who said it should have been one of the wonders of the world, I think. And because it works so well, compounding is an amazing thing. It's not just about adding money, it's about adding but making a bigger percentage on each total that you bring in. So when you come into this business, please go for the variable amount as opposed to the fixed amount, because the fixed amount, what happens with that, it doesn't compound. You're just paid a fixed amount at the end of the period. And I think they try and get people to go for that because it's a fixed amount. I think you double within 6 months, and on the variable you double within 9 months, but you actually can make a lot more with the 9 months than you can on the 6 months. If you're just doing it solely for yourself, then go ahead and do the 6 months. If you're not bothered about the benefits of growing the group or actually being part of the community, that's fine, because there'll always be people that want to do that, and there's no stopping people. People want to come in with 100 or whatever initially, that's great. Grow it up to 1,000, great. But don't forget now, this, if they do stop the 100, that means people will be coming in 1,000. So you'll benefit from all that as it comes up through the system. Okay. Anyone, any questions? No more questions? Andrew, you okay with that?
Yeah, I can see how it's working, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And then what I'm going to do is, because this is recorded, I will actually put the recording out in the group, and then you can watch it again. Mary, I don't know if you're still there.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So yeah,
is that understandable? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's understandable. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, keep it simple. That's what I would say. What I will endeavor to do in the future is show the other commissions kicking in, because they just add more. Because again, I haven't included the daily amount, which obviously gets you to your first 100 even faster. And then obviously the ranking, which also goes up, helps you go up as well faster. So this does get faster and faster and faster. And I can see how within 6 months to a year, you could actually be earning quite a sizable bit of money every single day. And don't forget, we can take out that money anytime we want. It's only the capital that's stuck for the 9 months. Everything else you put in will grow your daily amount. It's your daily amount that's the most important figure, because if you can then sustain that, and hopefully this company could be a company that lasts a long, long time, then obviously that will, once you've had your money out, then I always say to myself, well, I'll carry on doing the 2/3, 1/3, because I want to increase my daily amount. I think at one stage I was earning something like 10,000 a month from towards the end with the other company. Unfortunately, it was a company that was not sustainable. But this one I feel is going to be a lot more sustainable with the properties. I'm actually going up on Sunday, and I'll be doing videos of the actual robots and everything else, and finding out a lot more about the what they're doing to make sure it's very sustainable and how it's built. And it looks very promising from what I've seen so far. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Cool.
Okay, thank you, Darren.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, let me come out of that.